Hi, welcome to Centerville Reports Today. I'm Maureen Russell Hodson. Miami Valley Hospital South continues to grow and expand its services for our residents. Here to tell us about the latest development is Joann Ringer, who is the Vice President and Chief Operating Officer at Miami Valley South. Hi, Joann.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, I love having you. We were just saying that you were here last year. It seems like every year you've got a great announcement, new services, and this visit is no different.
That's right. We are so excited. We are getting ready to open an expansion to the Miami Valley Hospital South campus. We've got lots of new services. We just completed construction, and now we're in the process of getting everything open, leading up to an open house ribbon cutting coming up in December.
Well, let's talk about all these new services because it's a lot. There's the Joint and Spine Center.
Right, it is. So what happened is about a year and a half ago, we started taking a look at our campus. We were starting to reach capacity on a lot of services and a lot of just space on our campus. So we took a look at the things that the community has really demanded and come to us where we needed more space. And we do a lot of joint and spine business on that campus in our surgery center there. Actually, overall, we're rated probably in the top decile across the country in our outcomes and performance, which lends itself to why we do that. So we took a look at that and we decided that we could bring all those services together in a convenient one-stop shop for our consumers and create a spine and joint center. So that's what we've done. But in order to do that, we needed to do an extension onto our existing buildings there. So that's been over a year and a half building that construction and getting that set up for us.
And so it's interesting because people might say, oh, why do they keep adding on? But you're really meeting the demands of what your patients, your customers are asking for.
Right. I think in healthcare today, we're all very sensitive to the cost of healthcare and not wanting to duplicate service. So we do take a look at what it is that the consumers are demanding in our market, and that's what we look to expand. So that's what led itself. We've always done a lot of orthopedic business at that campus, and we will continue to do that. And we're proud of the business that we do there and the service that we offer. So we wanted to expand that capacity in order to do that. And along with that, though, it took an expanded sports medicine area for the therapy. They were already reaching kind of their capacity, couldn't grow a lot more, so that's a part of this expansion as well as we do have sports performance services that go along with this. We had to add 6 additional ORs because we have 10 currently. They were running at capacity as well. And a new service on the campus which goes along with this will be a pain center. A lot of times, you don't just jump to surgery. You'll have, some pain services, and we'll try therapy and other services before we just take you to surgery. So we're excited to be able to now offer pain services on that campus as well.
And we've been showing some photos of what the new expansion looks like, but people can actually get inside and take a look and have a guided tour, right?
Yes, they sure can. So we are going to have a community open house coming up on Sunday, December 9th. From 2 to 4. 1 o'clock is a ribbon cutting, but open tours coming into the facility, taking a look around. We'll have some free services that day, giveaways, raffles, refreshments. But from 2 to 4, December 9th, it's on a Sunday, and we'd love to have everyone come. So we plan to have the facility open with all the new services, and it's beautiful, and we would love to have you come all take a look.
That's one thing I think about your campus is it's so inviting. It's a hospital and hospital services, but I don't think you necessarily feel that way when you go on the campus.
Right. We've been very fortunate. The hospital is 11 years old. It's hard to believe we've only been there 11 years, but we've continued to grow, and from the very beginning, that was the intent. We have a beautiful site here in Centerville, and we wanted to make sure we maintained the tree line, and we created a place that wasn't just a hospital, but also a destination site where people felt comfortable coming. I think a lot of times when we go for our healthcare services, we feel anxious, and we were trying our best to create a place that created a calm and comfort healing environment.
Well, and even with this new open house, it seems like you're such a good partner with the community. You really want the community to come in and see what you're all about.
Oh, we sure do, and absolutely. We do value the community and our community partnership and what that looks like in the community, and that is a big part of what helps to our expansion. I mean, we listen to the community, we listen to what people are looking for us to do. Not only do we partner with services in the community, but we want to be able to provide healthcare services that our consumers want and demand in the community as well. So we did add some additional services. We're excited also to talk about, we're going to expand our emergency department services to be able to take care of a higher acuity patient. We are in the process now of becoming a level 3 trauma center. There is a process you go through, so it will be about a year before we complete that final, the accreditations that it's going to take in order to get us there. But we do need to start in January. So in January, we will start working towards a level 3 trauma center, and we're excited to be able to provide that in this community as well. Cardiology is another service that we will be expanding on the campus as well. We currently do a lot of cardiology, type services, but what we are looking to do is add a cath lab. It will start out as a diagnostic cath lab, and then it will become a much higher level cath lab in the future. Starting with the state, we need to become a level 1 before we can become a level 2. So we are excited to work towards that as well. So those cath lab services will also start at the beginning and somewhere in that vicinity of next year. So we're excited about that as well. So the last thing we really took a look at on the campus was we have a lot of demand for primary care and other types of physician services, not only that from the consumers who want to come there and see those physicians and want to know that we have them there, but also from the physicians themselves who want to locate there. And we did, and we're running low on space again, so we did increase our ability to bring more physicians onto that campus as well. So we'll be working through the next year, building up some new physician practices at the campus as well.
It's just amazing because when you think about all the needs that we have south of town,
Right.
And that you can go right to Miami Valley Hospital South, and it's really one stop anymore, isn't it, for many, many services?
Well, it is. And when you think about when we opened in 2007, we really were an outpatient center anchored by this full service emergency department. And over the years, you're right, within, a year and a half, we became a hospital. And since then, we've just paid attention to the services that are needed in the community and that the community is desiring. And that's what we've continued to look to expand in the community. I do think as well, I think we're all this way. I mean, we want the best care closest to home.
Yeah.
We recognize when we need to go to a higher level of care, and we're willing to drive for that. But for the basic services, we want to know that we can go close to home and be able to receive those services, and that's important. So we want to make sure we provide as best we can.
Oh, I think with your emergency room, people love going there because it's such a different kind of experience. Still, I mean, even it had opened 11 years ago.
Right.
It still looks brand new too, and the services are outstanding. But it's so different for people, I think, when you go in, and triage is done right there, and so you're expanding those services as well, you said.
Yes, we sure are. And so in the emergency department, what it will be a level 3 trauma center, which what that means for us is that just means, again, we're offering a higher level of care. So we will have more specialists on call who will be able to come there. We will be able to keep more patients on that campus as well. One of the things we did do during this expansion is we did add an additional 20 beds. We're very sensitive about, not overbedding in our community, but we did go ahead and add 20 beds to this. So it brings our count to 109 beds that we will have at Miami Valley South. And those beds did come online in September of 17, but they were part of this whole expansion project. We just kind of staged out what we were doing first, second, and third, and those were the first things that we put on because we were out of beds on the campus.
When I know we have a great photo of the footprint of where you all are now, which is really incredible, but we do, again, want to invite people on Sunday, December 9th from 2 to 4. It is an open house, but you can have guided tours. You can really get a feel for what's going on. So many great things happening there on that campus, and really the services that are so much needed for our residents, so that there's nothing wrong with traveling downtown, but it's nice to know that you can go right in your own backyard. As you said, there's a certain level of comfort there for people as well.
Right, there sure is, and that's what really, like I said, I think that the consumers really want. On that campus, I mean, we've really spent a lot of time also expanding our oncology services. I think that's another service that people really look to closer to home, and certainly, again, if it's a service that you need to travel for, people will do.
And you also have the Hospice of Dayton and the Pure Health getting ready to open as well.
Yes,
right?
we sure do. So we did partner, and again, just a collaborative partnership with Hospice of Dayton. It's called Pure Health Care, and it's really a palliative care ambulatory facility for patients with chronic condition that may no longer be wanting to seek active treatment, but they're active, and they still can come in for palliative services, which can be as simple as yoga, kind of more health wellness services, but also seeing physicians and continuing to receive kind of that palliative care. It will also be a place where, from a family perspective, that they will have support services. So we are excited to be able to bring that to the campus, and they're looking to complete their construction in the first quarter of 19, so they will open shortly thereafter.
Very soon, yeah.
So that will be opening as well.
And then just remind folks of all the services that Miami Valley Hospital South offers, because really every year it expands.
Well, it sure does. So When we first opened, as we mentioned, we started as a
Just 11 years ago, which to me is incredible.
I know, you're right. So we were a freestanding emergency department with all kinds of diagnostic outpatient services, and again, continue to have that. That's your basic X-ray, your MRI, your CT. We continue to do those outpatient services. And then, as I mentioned, all the inpatient beds. We have 109 beds today. That's a complement of adult beds as well as OB, because we do have an extensive OB service there as well. We also offer, mammography services. We have a comprehensive breast cancer center for those that may have, a tendency towards breast cancer. We want to be able to make sure that we can provide those types of services there. We have all kinds of physician office practices that are located on the campus. As you know, right now we currently have 2 facilities that house all those physicians, multi-specialties that are there. Sports medicine, we spoke a little bit about earlier. We do a lot of therapy services on that campus as well, and on the sports medicine. At this point, like I said, they're going to be relocating from their existing space only because they outgrew that, and they'll be in the new expansion. So we're excited for them. And they're a big part of our community. They represent us well. They're out in the schools. I mean, it is a big program for us to be out and about with that program. The other is our surgery. We started with the surgery on that campus many years ago, and at this point, they continue to grow and develop, which, as I said, we started with 10 ORs. We're adding 6 more, up to 16. I know a disproportionate amount of orthopedic business is done on that campus, as well as outpatient surgery is done as well. So we're excited about the services we provide there. Maternity services, which is our OB, they have a beautiful facility, great experiences on that campus as well, and that line continues to grow and develop from there. I mentioned the Comprehensive Cancer Center that we have on campus. We partnered with MD Anderson, so we've been able to, again, continue to bring more services on the campus with our continued partnerships. And the MD Anderson partnership was a premier health partnership that all of our campuses could benefit from. And then we also do a lot of wound care and hyperbaric services on that campus. They do amazing work. It's patients that may have different types of conditions where they may be on the verge of losing a limb, let's say. They can take hyperbaric treatments, and it's amazing the amount of work and limbs that we've been able to save from the wonderful work that they do there as well. So it's kind of not, you don't always hear about the services that are done there, but they do a beautiful job, and lots of wonderful stories come from that department.
Well, that's why I think having this open house is so helpful, because, look, nobody wants to go to the hospital.
That's right.
It's not a place that we enjoy going, but truth is, we're all going to end up, for whatever reason, we're going to need some kind of services. So being able to go in on your own, walk around, see the services, kind of get comfortable with the layout is really something that's really an advantage for future patients as well.
Oh, absolutely. And we would love to engage the community at our open house, and that's why we do that. I mean, we want to invite people in. So don't forget, it's Sunday, December 9th. From 2 to 4. If you'd like to come early at 1 o'clock, there'll be a ribbon cutting, but then the tours will start at 2 and go till 4. And the facility will be open. We would love to have you.
So what part of that, Joann, when we talk about, I mean, I know you can enter from Clio, you can get there from Wilmington. When we talk about this new expansion, where is it?
Right. So the expansion is off of Clio Road.
Okay.
Is where you would see that new wing on the building. And you're right, it looks just like the rest of the building. So it's not as obvious kind of maybe where the new construction is, because they've done a beautiful job of adding that wing onto the building. But it is on the Clio Road side, is where the expansion, ribbon cutting, and that's where we'll start all the tours and the festivities.
And again, it is on Sunday, December 9th. It's from 2 to 4. Not only will you get a great tour, but refreshments, giveaways, you've got prizes that you're going to
Yes, we do.
Away.
We have some fun giveaways and raffle prizes, so please be sure to come and be part of that, the fun for the day.
Will you be able to walk around and see like the new operating rooms and things like that, different centers, or is that how the tours will go?
Yes, you will. You will be able, all the new services, you will be able to walk around and be able to see everything that day. So we'll be proud to show it off, and we welcome everyone.
Well, and we love it that Miami Valley Hospital South is here in Centerville. We know all the great services that you provide. We hear from our residents how glad they are that you're here. So we appreciate it, and we hope that you will stop by on Sunday, December 9th from 2 to 4 to Miami Valley Hospital South. You can meet Joann. She'll
I'll
probably
be there
giving tours as well. So thank you so much for being a great partner with Centerville.
Well, thank you, and thanks again for having us, and thank you to the community for supporting us.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.